Je suis Iain.
Bonjour, je suis Fanny.
I'm Iain.
I'm Fanny.
And we're about to go on an African adventure. And this is our tent. It's a bit cozy, huh? Well, let's wrap it up and see how small it goes. So, here's our tent, all packed up. Weighs less than a kilogram. Sleeping bag, kinda small. Camping mat, jacket, solar charger, homemade guidebook, and of course mini bottles of sparkly wine, which everyone needs in Africa. From Banjul, Georgetown, you're on it, Bassi Santa Sue. From there, Guinea Bissau, the archipelago del Diagos, up the Casamansi country, Ziguinchor, take the ferry up to Dakar, San Louis, where are we? Podor, down the Niger River, oh, hang on, that's the Senegal River, Matan, where is it? Yeah. Cays in Mali, Dogon country, Hombori, Gal, up the Niger River this time, to this place. Down to Bamako. All the way into Mauritania, Oualata. Then where? Nougatchou. And up. The camera's beeping you. Atar.
Okay.
If we're not kidnapped, we should be there. Lekker. Oui. Now into Morocco. And finally, all packed. Say au revoir, Fanny. So this is our room for the first night, and already we had a power cut, and we're gonna drink our sparkling wine in the dark. And sorry. And maybe tidy up the mess we made. So, we accidentally overslept this morning. Had to stay another day in Bissau, but it didn't matter too much. We got our visas for Guinea Bissau. Fanny's just taking the first shower, and I, in between the 3 power cuts we've had, I'm trying to open a tin of tuna using just this very small knife. Yes, as you can see how big my hand is compared to that. Slow going so far. Really should have brought a bigger pen knife, I think. Yeah. Okay, so it sort of worked. You can see I've got into it, which means we can get the tuna out. Also, a bit of an accident. Already lost a sandal, just had to be glued back together. I know what you're thinking, you've got glue, but you haven't got an opener. And finally, can't actually see this, can you? No, the light doesn't work. This is a inside-out waterproof sack full of water, holding our beers to keep them cold. So we travelled for a couple of days up the Gambia River, and we've arrived in a town called Bissau, which is about as far away from the coastline as you can get while you're still in Gambia. And this is not your sanitized package tour. This is not a safari. This is real Africa. I'll just give you a quick look of this street. It's an amazing little town, very dusty, very small. The last major town for miles and miles until you're in Senegal coming up to Mali. The smells are fantastic. You can smell spices, you can smell food cooking, you can smell garbage, you can smell everything. So we've been to a few towns since I last spoke to you, and today we finally arrived in Bass, went up to an orphanage to drop off some stuff which we took from a website called Stuff Your Rucksack, which tells you what charities need. I was quite lucky we actually got there. They were really pleased to get the stuff, and we're quite happy now because our rucksack is going to be a hell of a lot lighter than it was before. Almost like a spaceship taking off. We've got into orbit and we've dropped off all our stuff, the suitcases. Now we just have the things we really need for Africa. So I'll show you what our room looks like. We paid €6.50 for this. Someone's asleep. So already we've had a power cut. The ceiling fan isn't working. The bed is not looking particularly good underneath. And the view isn't so good. Hello, Fanny. Okay, so this time it's actually working. What the hell were we talking about? Oh yes, after we last spoke to you, we went for dinner in Bass. We decided we were going to eat something really, really big and nutritious, and all we could find was cold spaghetti with ketchup. And we had a bit of trouble putting the mosquito net up, and when we finally got it up, I jumped on the bed and shouted, "Africa, I win!" And the next day Africa beat us when a 192-kilometer bus journey ended up taking almost 10 hours, and we got stuck in another border town, still in Gambia, waiting to leave. We took a couple of cars the next day and found ourselves down here in Guinea-Bissau, where we currently are. We met a couch surfer who didn't understand couch surfing and took us to the cheapest hotel in town, which unfortunately was €28.50. We tried to get to some islands this morning and it didn't work. There's no boats on a Monday, so we took a couple of cars up to the middle of the country to this town, Bissau, where we are now. It's really hot. We can't buy any food. We were followed around by children all day, but we've got a nice little bungalow to ourselves. We'll not mention the price. And the world's smallest fortress is over there, and I'll take you to see that now. Well, there's our laundry. So Guinea-Bissau is a Portuguese-speaking country, which means neither of us speak... Oh, there's a dead chicken. Sorry, neither of us speaks the language, so for some reason I'm the nominated Portuguese speaker. I guess because Fanny has to do all the talking for the rest of the trip. So, there you are, the world's smallest fortress. We had a look around there today. It's nothing special, but this is such a beautiful place to hang out for a few days. If it was cheaper, we'd stay a week. As it is, we're heading to Senegal probably tomorrow or the day after. And we'll talk to you then.